Funny story, I actually threw up in front of his office.
Tastes like shit.
Don't be gross.
Yellowmouth yuck survival. Oh, here we go.
Yuck. Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's yucking time.
Lab sync on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, we're rolling.
Okay, cool. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, this week to the Yuck Productions podcast. Fucking yeet.
Yeet.
This week with me is the host of the world's most listened to podcast about porgs from The Last Jedi. You know, the little tiny adorable things. Well, if you don't, then
small, they got fat little bodies.
is Srirancha.
Hello, I'm happy to be here on the Yuck podcast.
I have a couple vocabulary questions. How is Srirancha supposed to be pronounced / spelled?
The official pronunciation is actually skirt nachos, and it's spelled Skinaxcochrq.
What the fuck?
SNICKRQ874Q.
Why did you... Moving on. I did not expect that to come out just right away. Is that like a gamer tag you had in high school or something?
No, you want me to spell it again?
No. You're okay. I got it. It's on my notes. I need an opposite word for yeet.
Yoit is the past tense.
Yoit? Well, that's the past tense. I'm talking about like how good has bad. I need a yeet and a not yeet.
Well, how are you defining yeet? What do you think yeet means in this context?
Is good?
Well, maybe the opposite of is good is pedophilia, because that is very bad.
You know, we'll just get right into it with the anime degeneracy. This is a good segue. I was at work, I think it was last week, and I was just helping out on one of the factory lines, and one of the operators comes up to me and he's like, "You look like you like anime." And before I could respond...
Jesus.
Yeah, before I can respond to that, he follows that up with, "I like Kirito. You look like Kirito. We should be friends." And then walked away before I could say anything back to him.
Does your supervisor have a disease?
Yeah, degeneracy. It's what all fucking people who watch anime have. But it's on a spectrum. It gets worse as you go farther down.
That's true. What do you think is on the absolute? What do you think is on either end of the spectrum?
I think on one end of the spectrum, you have normie anime, which is...
like Sailor Moon and Hamtaro.
Yeah, Death Note. Yeah. And then the further you get down, you have moderate to severe degeneracy, which is like My Hero Academia, One Punch Man. Like, you could still be considered a person if you watch those. And way, way, way down the line, you have, like, weird Shadman-esque hentai. I don't know. Is there normal hentai?
I personally don't believe so, but I was gonna say at the way end of the degeneracy would be like those. Do you remember? Are you old enough to remember when before streaming was a thing and people would put subs directly on VHS tapes and have like conversations with one another in the subtitles?
No. What the fuck? That's real?
Oh yeah, oh god, yeah, before the internet was really a thing, how we had to get our fix was we would get VHS tapes and people would rip subs and put them directly on the VHS tape, but then you'd get just shit like these awful translations and shit like in the middle of a conversation it would just cut away and be like, "And Frank, if you want to bitch about this, buy it yourself."
What? So they just take you away from whatever conversation's going on in the show and just tell you that your opinion's wrong?
Yep, pretty much.
Jesus fuck. I'm so glad we have the internet now and hour after simulcast in English dub.
Exactly. The horrible subs of the world have saved us from having to go through that shit again.
Oh yeah. So what's on your recent anime watch list? What you been watching?
I've been real into Asobase this season. It's pretty much, in my opinion, the only thing that's watchable this season. Because, man, it has fucking sucked.
What? What is this show?
Asobase. It's, I think Crunchyroll dubbed it as Workshop of Fun or something. It's about 3 middle schoolers. It's comedy. It's pretty much all that it's about, but I really like the art style.
Okay, I'm gonna add that on my watch list, maybe.
How about you? It's not gross or weird. If you were hoping I was gonna say something gross or weird, I'm sorry.
Well, it's just Asobi. It sounds like it could be. I've just been watching. I'm rewatching Initial D right now. On the normie side of things, and then My Hero Macadamia Nut Cookie is pretty good right now too.
Are you talking about? Yeah, everybody tells me to watch that. I don't want to watch it.
Oh no, you'd like it. It's pretty fucking good. It's about a little boy who has to eat someone else's hair to get superpowers.
That's fucking gross.
Yep. But it's like the peak of the moment thing. That's what everything builds up to, is like, well, if you want to have superpowers and you're going to be a superhero, you need to eat my hair and have my DNA inside you.
Inside of you.
Exactly. They don't put it well at all. So going along with anime, this is something that me and Riley were talking about. Riley from the Mighty Morphin Power Hour. You're welcome, Riley. I'm still plugging your stuff.
Oh no, did you guys have a breakup? A Clegg-esque breakup?
No. Yeah, we just shill each other's stuff out all the time and act like we're doing them the biggest favor in the world.
Oh,
like,
okay.
I'm gonna
you were gonna
tell.
say you had a Kimball Clegg breakup.
No. We're actually really good friends. Like, we met. I don't know. We both decided to start doing podcasts around the same time, and then somehow through the Dick Show-esque anime universe, we met, and then I've started talking to him like every day since.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, and so we got a lot of podcasts and whatnot planned for the future, but still, I just like to harass him in my podcasts. But we are going to start breaking down the anime stereotype that everyone who watches anime is a fat loser. So, the 60-day hashtag WeebFit challenge is now going to be a thing. So every day...
Oh, that's such a good idea.
Oh yeah, it gets better because the winner, whoever has the best results at the end of the 60 days, gets a 6-month subscription to VRV free.
But the real weebs already have one, so...
Well, I mean, that's $60 for free, but...
You could just give them the $60.
Fair enough. If you just want the $60, I'll PayPal you.
That's a good idea. No.
Yeah, it's just something we were talking about the other day, because it's like, it is so hard just to tell, like, in casual conversation, just to tell someone you watch anime, you know? It's
yeah,
like,
no, I just don't tell anybody ever.
Yeah, see, it's just so much easier for your life if you just pretend you watch cable TV and just get spoon-fed garbage and advertisements all the time.
Do most people even watch cable TV anymore? I think it's mostly streaming shit, isn't it, now?
Yeah. Boomers.
Fucking
That's
boomers.
Yeah. Are you still on the side of Kimball that all boomers should have their internet access revoked?
Oh yeah, unquestionably. And you should have to pass a 5-question quiz before you access the internet if you're over the age of 50.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because that's something me and Kimball talked about in the second episode of this podcast. And he didn't have me quite convinced, but after reflection, I definitely think he's right. We need to take the internet away from boomers.
We do. They don't deserve it.
Well, no, they misuse it, and they don't understand its potential. You could fuck a lot of things up if you just start running around the internet all willy-nilly.
Yeah, well, they can't run, and they shouldn't be able to. They should have to sit in the nursing home and watch their Wheel of Fortune all day. Fuck you, boomers.
Fuck you, boomers. You ever had... Never mind. You know what? They're just boomers. That's... Alright. Hold on. Alright. So, tell me, why did you feel the need to start a podcast exclusively about the porgs?
To tell off, my whole plan was to get enough fans that I could do serious damage to the business reputation of Merchoid.com.
Merchoid.com? One second.
Merchoid.com. Fuck them. They are the fucking worst. They have no idea what the word customer service means, and they're also assholes. I hope they go out of business, and I hope pork cheddar grows bigger and greater. We have whatever the opposite of advertisements are from Merchoid.com. They are the worst. Don't ever buy anything from them.
Okay. There's an official Yuck Yuck boycott on Merchoid.com. Are these the people that you bought those shirts from that you gave away?
Yep,
in
they're the
Atlanta?
ones. The ones, for those of you who have no idea what he's talking about, I bought a t-shirt called the Holding On to the Hatchlings t-shirt. It's a green just t-shirt with got a little pocket with some little ports in it. And they sent me a shirt sized for a toddler after accusing me of not whatever it's called, like faking that it wasn't a toddler size. I sent them photos with a banana on the chest to prove the size. And they said, okay, we're going to send you back another t-shirt. And they sent me the exact same toddler size again. And I was like, hey, buddy, you did the same thing. Again, they were like, oh, okay, well, you can ship it back to England if you want your money back. I was like, no, fuck you.
No, it would be cheaper just to keep this and
Yeah,
try
exactly.
to sell
Just
it on
take
the
the
secondary
loss.
market. Man, I hate that. Fucking customer service like that, you can go fuck yourself. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, no, fuck you. Fuck you, Merchoid.com.
That is obnoxious. I'm trying to think. I recently had a customer experience like that. And
Tell
I
me a
don't
story.
remember where the fuck it was. That's a problem.
Name and shame them.
Oh, you know what it was? Trying to get my fucking birth certificate. So,
What happened?
in the state of Idaho, if you want your birth certificate, it's the most convoluted thing in the world. You have to, like, go in some back alley, give some dude a hand job, and he'll show you how to place your photo ID from when you were in middle school alongside your social security card just right, so that way whatever shit tier AI they're using can detect that it's valid and will send you your birth certificate with a charge of 32 something.
Wait,
So-
so when you give the man the hand job, are you like gifted with some kind of superior knowledge, or does he like give you the map to find?
He gives you like what's it called? Like a template almost, so like sits on top of a piece of paper inside the scanner bay, and then so you just put the piece of paper inside of it, then you put your social security card and your ID in it.
So do you have to jerk him off until he comes, or just like until he decides this
Only-
is good enough?
Right until he's about to. He's a fucking degenerate.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And so basically, you don't get a refund if they decide they don't have enough information on whatever fax you send them. And so they just charge you $32 every time you send them a fax. So I think I lost $150 just trying to get my birth certificate so I could get my driver's license when I was 19.
Oh man, that's such a pain in the ass. I've never attempted to get like a government document because I've lost it, but I have heard from everyone I've spoken to that it is just impossible.
We have your driver's license, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all you need. You just go in and just wave that at them. They're like, "Oh yeah, what do you need? You need a birth certificate? You need a passport? Oh yeah, you're good. You're good." No, problem is when you're trying to get your driver's license, but they want your birth certificate to get that. So they'll
I
give
had
you
no
anything you
idea.
want. Oh
I
yeah,
had no
it's
idea that was even a thing.
yeah. No, if you have a state issued ID, they worship you. Treat you like as a god. But if you're walking into a DMV when you're 19 without your birth certificate trying to get a driver's license, they look at you like a monster, probably. Just so much judgment. It's so... There's a big problem with boomers working at DMVs.
Yeah, I'm part of the upper echelon. I have my driver's license, so I can't relate.
Yeah. That's my awful customer experience. Who doesn't have a bad story about fucking working at the DMV, though? Or, I mean, just dealing with the government in general. Just charging me $150 and a bunch of change for my fucking birth certificate because...
Oh, yeah, and it never works. It never fucking works. It's awful. It's almost like the what's the deal with airline food of 2018 is bitching about the DMV because everyone has a uniquely awful and yet they're all the same experience at one.
So you say that Trump's gonna try to legalize weed? It was in a Fox News article.
No shit, really? Like nationally?
Yeah, I guess that's what he's gonna... People were talking to him about... let me pull it up really quick. I guess he's probably gonna try to use it, so he didn't, like, confirm anything, and he's not, like, really trying hard, but, the current conspiracy theory is that he's going to try to run his second term on getting it legalized, because that's when enough millennials will be able to vote that actually give a shit about it will vote. Yep,
one issue voters, and that issue is weed.
Yeah, you want to talk about an issue. That's one it's not even an issue. I've never met a person who is smoking weed that has ever been an issue.
Oh, I meant like you only vote based on a candidate's position on a single issue.
Oh yeah, no, I know what you were saying, but it never should have been an issue.
Yeah, no, I think we should legalize all drugs.
Yeah, let the capitalists figure it out the hard way with trial and error. You can only smoke so much crack before you lose your house.
That's true. That's very true. It'll do you.
And or overdose and die.
I'm saying legalize it and then make it somehow safer and then tax it at like 50% or something and then ideally funnel the money back into rehab programs or something.
So fuck it, let's just talk about anime the rest of the time.
Yeah, it's your show. We can talk whatever the fuck you want.
What is your favorite anime that you've watched? Do you have like an anime you hold like special in your heart?
I mean, are you talking like an anime that I would recommend to people or an anime that I personally like?
Let's do one of each.
Whenever somebody asks, because you can't just dump the weird shit on people, they'll think you're a weirdo. It's like you were talking about earlier. You can't just, tell them, hey, why don't you go watch this scanlation that you can only find in the darkest depths of horrible subs. No, I usually recommend that people start out with a Toradora, just because it's cute. It's nice, it's a rom-com, or a Love Live. People seem to really like that one. But if we're talking my personal favorite anime, I've liked Mob Psycho 100 for a couple of years now, and I think that maintains its watchability very well. I think it's really funny. I like how one of the biggest things that I like about that show is how he doesn't join the telepathy club, or what is it, the transportation club? I haven't watched it in a while.
Yeah, and instead he joins
the body improvement
exactly
club.
What you're talking about. Yeah, the smallest kid ever. No, you're right. That show is... I haven't watched it for like a year. Is there a new season out?
No, I don't even know if there's a new season coming, but I also really like how all the jock types in the body improvement club are like really nice to him and encouraging.
Yeah, breaking down fucking stereotypes. There's too many of those in the world.
Galco-chan is also very, very good, but that's not something that you'd enjoy unless you're already a Nippon as fuck.
Unless you're already an otaku.
Yeah, exactly, because the references, I think, will be the references that make the show fun, I think, are lost on most casual anime watchers.
Yeah, I think... So you like more of, like, the comedy, funny animes?
Oh, yeah, much more. I don't like action or anything. I like Bakano, but that was the last action-y thing I remember liking just because the production value is such shit.
Yeah, well, it's weird. I like both, but like in a weird way. Like I like watching the comedy romantic ones to kind of just pass the time. But if you want to see me get fucking like hyped as fuck, find me like halfway through the 3rd season of Initial D, just hanging out in my underwear, eating popcorn, and just getting fucking hyped from the Eurobeat track. Like that stuff will...
What show is that? I've never watched that. What's it about?
Initial D? Oh, it's about street racing. In a universe where cops don't exist. Or traffic cops, anyway.
Yeah, fuck the traffic cops.
That's literally like 5 seasons, and no one, like, they have organized street racing every weekend. People have walkie-talkies and stuff to make sure the roads are clear. And I was like, these guys are going like 110 kilometers per hour downhill down a mountain. That's like 80 miles per hour, I think. What?
Does anybody die?
No. I mean, I don't believe so. That's the thing too. It's one of those hokey ass convoluted animes where it's like instead of seasons they have stages is what they call them. And so there's stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, stage 5, and they also have 5 battle stages, and they also have 3 movies that are canon in there somewhere that no one knows the order to watch any of this in. And so the canon is just lost.
That's really funny.
Yeah, but if you just watch the first 5 stages, it's always really good. It's just about this guy who's been driving for a long time. He's like, I don't really want to be a street racer, but he gets pressured into it, and he decides it's like the best thing ever, and then he never loses a race, and it's always like, well, he might lose this one, but he never loses.
Yeah, no, that's the exact same thing with Food Wars. Food Wars is also pretty good, but kind of weird.
Oh, yeah, no, that's the perfect, actually, I would say balance between the two, but it's got that weird hentai-esque overview every 10 minutes, I think.
Yeah, every time they make food. I think that's one of the things that makes it charming, though, but I also think that might be off-putting for somebody whose most exposure to anime has been Sailor Moon.
Yeah. Definitely. Like, you can't... You have to... That's one of the things... Like, I was just watching it in my living room, and my parents and everything are home. I was like, oh, it says it's, fine or whatever, no nudity. It's like, I'm sure this will be okay. And I'm watching it, and I was like, I think it's like when it first starts happening, it's like the 2nd episode.
Yep, surprise.
Yeah, in a room full of Mormons, besides me, and I'm just watching hentai in the living room.
Oh, Jesus, are your parents Mormon? Are they really Mormon?
Yeah, my whole family, but me. It's cool though. It's just something that.
I heard Mormons are very nice people.
Yeah, most of them are. A bunch of them are wackadoodles though. Like, I don't think this is a story I've ever met it on the air. So I have tattoos on my forearm and back, and so I was standing. This was like, I don't know, this was a while ago. This is around the time I did the episode with Kimball. So I was standing outside smoking a cigarette, hanging out with my cousin and my brother. I was shirtless, and this other Mormon chick that just moved into the neighborhood came over, because it's like a custom to bring food over. That's like the universal greeting in Mormonism, is just giving people food.
Oh, is that a Mormon thing, or is that like your family thing, or your neighborhood thing?
I'm pretty sure Mormons eat a lot of food. Maybe it's just like an Idaho thing too, but it's at least part of the culture around here. Is like when you move into a neighborhood, you go and give people like food. Usually it's like leftovers from whatever factory the dad works at.
Gotcha.
It's like in this case it was like a fucking 5 gallons of hash browns.
That sounds delicious.
And so, well, frozen hash browns, but yeah, I could eat them all in one sitting from the potato factory around here, because we're in fucking Idaho. She comes over with all these hash browns, and so we're outside on the back porch next to our big freezer, and so my mom opens up the back door and she's like, hey, put out your cigarette and help me put these in the freezer. And meanwhile, so the lady hands them to my mom hands them to me, and put them in the freezer, and then all of a sudden this lady, like, I'm pretty sure I thought she was having a meltdown because in the same spot where I have a tattoo on my forearm, she started like getting really anxious and like scratching it. Not like in a like I have an itch kind of way, like there's something under my skin kind of itch.
Oh god, like I have a demon type of itch.
Yeah. Like my tattoo grew legs, crawled up off my skin and started like attacking her in that spot is the way she was fucking going after her arm.
That's fucking horrifying.
And then yeah, no, it gets better. So I resume smoking my cigarette. She comes back over and demands the hash browns back.
Oh no, you can't take the hash browns back. He's gonna eat them.
And then and then before I could open my mouth to say okay, like that's fucking weird, she goes, wait, I'm sorry, is that Indian giving? And she tries to make a whole racial thing, even though we both look like sour cream.
Oh my god.
And I was like,
funny.
what? I couldn't. I just looked at my cousin, my brother. I was like, okay. And I just gave her them back, and she just hobbled down the street with 5 gallons of hash browns.
First of all, that's absolutely Indian giving, take backsies, whatever you want to call it. That is that. That is the definition of it.
Yeah, that is. Except I don't get why they call it. You know what I should have said? I should have just asked her, who's the red one here then?
Yeah, really.
Because that's something I never got about the term Indian giving, is who's ever red in this situation. Because, like, in elementary school, people told me it was a term that people used because that's what the Indians did. And I was like, no, we scooped up all their land and terraformed it into big cities.
Yeah, I don't get that phrase. I just say take backsies because it's...
Yeah. And you have to make sure anytime anyone gives you anything to call take backsies from now on.
I'm sorry, what'd you say? You cut out.
Especially... Oh, if from now on, if anyone ever gives you... If a stranger comes to your house and gives you hash browns, make sure you call it take backsies. No take backsies.
Yeah, you gotta say it. You gotta throw it as hard as you can inside of your house so she can't get it back.
Yeah. Yeah, that was an experience. Oh yeah, fucking speaking of which, I have my first Patreon pledge, and it's from fucking Riley.
Oh, congratulations.
Just popped up on my computer.
How much did he give you?
He pledged $1.
So you have what 80 cents on Patreon? Because I know Patreon takes a percentage of that.
90 cents. Yep.
Hey.
Patreon likes to take that clean 10% off the top.
Congratulations, it's more than I have on my Patreon.
Well, I figured you at Asterios' Patreon was like a joint.
Yeah, it is. I don't want my own Patreon.
A joint creation. Yeah, that make things really weird. You guys had your own like separate Patreons.
I mean, I guess so, yeah.
So I guess I could take a moment to show myself for a second. So for $1 a month, you get the monthly bonus episode. And for $5 or more per month, we have the cool riff intro at the beginning where everyone's fucking calling stuff disgusting. Srirancha's edited out of context in it. Asterios is in it. Dick's in it. Riley's in it because he's the only Patreon. So yeah, go to patreon.com/yuckyuck. You can do that stuff. It's fun. Come be part of it.
Everybody sign up. Everybody who's listening to this, give this man $1.
Yeah, you can afford a fucking $1.
You can find $1 in your couch. It's fine.
Yeah. What else are you gonna use it for? I don't think anyone's balance ever like gets down to the dollars. Anyone that actually has like a steady flow of income, does it ever get down to like the $10 lower?
Yeah. What else?
I don't know. Maybe I don't want
to. On to McChicken. McChicken's terrible for you.
Oh my god, but it's so good.
I love McDonald's. I love it so much. I love all fast food. Chick-fil-A is my favorite, but I really do like McDonald's.
What restaurant? Before
I like Chick-fil-A.
McDonald's.
Chick-fil-A is probably my favorite.
Oh, Chick-fil-A. Oh yeah. Bet they don't have hash browns there.
No, they don't. They're also not open on Sunday. They do have biscuits though. I think now they're testing out them, and I have this weird, like, encyclopedic knowledge of fast food for whatever reason. They're also testing out spicy chicken strips, which I'm very excited for. I hope New York City gets them first, despite the fact that we only have one Chick-fil-A for a city with 6 million people in it.
Jesus, you guys only have one Chick-fil-A? What the fuck?
Yeah, we don't like homophobia. We really don't.
Oh yeah, you guys are incredibly blue there. I don't think I've ever seen a bluer existence. Because even California has plenty of red running around.
California has the most Republican county in the nation.
Yeah, which no one would ever like expect that.
I think it's Orange County.
Meanwhile,
I think Sirius told me that. I don't know if it's true or not.
in Orange County, where the best weed in the world comes from.
Is that where it comes from? I don't know.
Oh man, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna tell a story again really quick. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
And then you tell me if I should cut this or not.
Oh my fucking god, are you serious?
Yeah. That was inexperienced. So me and my buddy both went in like $150 on it, and that's just in a trash can somewhere now.
Oh my god, that's horrifying. I'm glad you're okay though, Jesus.
Yeah, that's like the closest I've ever gotten to crime living in Idaho, I think.
And also getting shot, I hope.
Oh no, none of us. It was like, you could tell he was like on meth or something. That's like one of the biggest problems that Idaho has, is that everyone's a fucking meth dealer, or everybody knows one.
Yeah, no, I found out very recently that a friend of mine, her hometown is big into heroin and meth. I was like, oh damn, I never would have guessed. It seems like such a nice place.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. And so usually if you just give them money, it's enough to just keep them from doing anything irrational, because that's all they want, is just money to get more meth. And so we just dealt with it the best way we could.
Yeah, oh Jesus, I'm so sorry that happened to you. That's fucking horrifying.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. I've gotten over it now, but fuck, at the time, man, I nearly fucking pissed my pants.
Yeah, I don't know why you were talking about cutting this, because you didn't even commit a crime. Like, you had a crime committed on you.
Is there such a thing as attempting to buy marijuana? Is that against
Only
the law?
if you attempt to buy it from a cop.
Oh, that's right. Yep. That's also a problem too. Is we live Twin Falls is like 45 minutes away from Jackpot, Nevada, where it's recreationally legal. And so they had to lower all the laws around here. So it's like, as long as you're not under the influence and you get caught with less than an ounce, all they give you is like a $40 ticket and take your weed. Because they was just having like so many problems with everyone just driving down to Jackpot, getting some and coming back.
That was for some reason, Philadelphia can make their own laws for whatever fucking reason that are different from Pennsylvania. And they recently decriminalized it. And so now everybody had to decriminalize it. Or not everybody did.
Like as a city?
Oh, yeah, because this one little particular part of Philadelphia decriminalized it. And now it's decriminalized everywhere in Philadelphia. All you get is like a parking ticket if you get caught with not enough that they think you're selling it.
Yeah. As long as it's like, which is how much you should be carrying around. It's just enough to get you high. Or maybe you and a friend, you know.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're selling it, there's no other reason to have it.
Yeah, so smoking weed. You got any good trip stories, Srirancha?
Nope, I'm off drugs. I'm boring. I don't do shit anymore.
Oh, really? You quit doing drugs?
Yeah, I'm, I think 3 weeks sober now.
What made you decide to do that?
Smoking weed is gay. Smoking weed makes you gay.
Oh, no.
It's fucking stupid and expensive.
Oh, yeah. There's a special type of pot smoker that likes to sit on Facebook all day and just share videos from those places that are like, marijuana actually found out that it will cure your erectile dysfunction, and videos like that, you know, and they all have the same ideology that marijuana is not addictive at all, period.
No, I don't believe
And
that.
it's just
I
like,
think
you
you
know,
could get addicted to anything, though. I think you could get addicted to cheeseburgers.
Oh yeah, well it's just like, you know that great feeling where you're just relaxing, you don't give a shit about anything, you're kind of hungry, you know, that really good feeling. Yeah, that's not addictive. Like, no one wants to feel like that all the time. It's like, oh yeah, people are gonna get addicted to it. It feels good.
Yeah,
What do you expect?
Yeah, I've heard the same thing. I don't think you can get, like, chemically addicted. I don't think you can get addicted to it in the same way you can get addicted to heroin, but...
No, it's like a habitual addiction where it just becomes part of your regular days. You wake up in the morning, have a cup of coffee, smoke a joint, eat breakfast, you know.
Yeah, like, you could get addicted to anything, man, if you do it enough. No, smoking weed is stupid.
Well, I don't think it's stupid. I just think it's like, it should be like an every once in a while kind of thing. It's like you're doing a celebration, you know, you're at a party or whatever, and that's fine. But it's like, if it's like part of your daily routine.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah, I guess the same thing as drinking. Like, do it occasionally.
Yeah, moderation's good. Anything's good in moderation most of the time.
I'm not responsible enough to do it in moderation, so I just stopped.
Which is fine. You got this. You had the self-control to stop, and that's all that matters. So good on you, Srirancha.
Thank you, Yuck Podcast.
You can call me Nathan. It's
Thank
okay.
you, Nathan. Did I just dox you?
No. Practically everything but my street address is public. I just decided to say fuck it. If I get doxxed, then at least it means I'm moving up in the world if people actually want to dox me.
It's true. If people care enough, and that means something.
Yeah, that means I'm moving on up in the podcasting world. Maybe I'll give Mr. Joe Rogan a run for... That's something I want to talk to you about. I forgot to fucking put on my notes. Is Jordan Peterson.
What about him? I think Jordan Peterson's a fuckface.
You don't like him at all?
Not even a little bit, and I think less of people who do like him.
Oh god, Srirancha, you're gonna think less of me.
Oh no. Okay, here, let me try to convert you. Tell me why you think he's smart or interesting.
Well, I think so for a lot of reasons. I just think he's like an overall good person. He's kind of got that boomer dad mentality, which is pretty shit tier. But no, I listened to the 12 Rules for Life audiobook.
You realize the man is eating nothing but red meat, right?
Yeah.
And he's advocating that people eat no vegetables. I'm not talking keto. I'm talking red meat and salt.
Okay, hold on. You're fucking Maddoxing him right now. He said in that interview with Mr. Joe Rogan that he is not a dietitian and that this might kill him.
Oh, but
don't try this at home.
But he's not a diet. No, he did not say don't try it at home because his daughter is now selling dietary advice where she tells people to eat only red meat. That's like me saying, well, I'm not, I don't make money off entertainment, but head on over to patreon.com/Asterios where my boyfriend sells his entertainment and I get a percentage of it. You don't think those two things are tangentially related?
It's his daughter, not him. It's like, I don't know exactly how much he's involved in it. And I hope, like, 'cause God knows that's dumb. Like, you have to have vegetables.
Did you know that he claims that he ate a sip of apple cider and it sent him into seizures for a month?
Not seizures, he just couldn't sleep. Jesus.
He didn't. Oh, excuse me. That's much better. He couldn't sleep. He did not sleep for a month, he claims, after drinking a single sip of apple cider. You cannot seriously tell me that you believe that.
Well, I can to an extent. I don't believe he didn't sleep, period. I believe maybe he didn't sleep well, because it's proven if your body doesn't feel like you've been eating right, you have a harder time sleeping.
Yeah, and you know what isn't considered eating right? Is it on one side of the scale, a sip of apple cider, or is it on the other side, eating nothing but a pile of red meat and salt? What do you think is worse for your body?
I don't know. As far as, like, his dietary information is incredibly questionable. But,
So you at least admit that that is stupid, and he is doing a stupid thing to his body. Well, you admit it right there.
whatever makes his old Canadian body not have fucking... What did it cure? Did he say depression and anxiety?
Yeah, depression and anxiety were cured,
Yeah,
guys.
whatever,
You hear it
whatever
right here.
cures it for that old Canadian boomer man.
From eating nothing but red meat and salt. Which, by the way, Joe, they were talking about, by the way, Joe and Jordan Peterson, they were talking about they went out to a restaurant and got steak. Does he think that they're cooking the steak in nothing? He ate butter, also. He unknowingly ate butter, because that's what they cook steaks in when you go to a restaurant.
Of course.
So he doesn't even have his own dietary rules, correct?
You know what I think it is? I think it's this weird thing that psychologists came up with a little while ago called placebo.
Yeah, and if you fall for that, you're an idiot. If you seriously think that eating nothing but red meat cured your depression, come on. You got a degree in this. Come on.
That's the thing, though. Is like, even if you had a serious issue with your life and placebo was curing it, would you want to know that it was just placebo?
If the placebo is gonna give me a case of scurvy that hasn't been seen since the fucking Pilgrims, yeah, I think I would take an issue with that.
God damn it! No, you're right. You're right. That's fair enough, I guess. He's just trading off mental problems for physical ones in the future.
Okay, now we're cooking with gas. All right, let's keep going into the world of Jordan Peterson and why it's stupid. Why don't you tell me what you liked about his book?
I don't know. There's just really solid life advice in there. Like, he got me to quit smoking. It just, like, overall just kind of get my shit together. Like, I definitely wouldn't have started the podcast.
And see, I have read his book, and I don't disagree with a lot of it. Because you know why? Because it's very, very basic business psychology advice in a fresh coat of paint. And you're going to need a lot more than paint to convince me that you're this thought leader of a new generation. And I think the reason that he's more... Because you see all these video compilations of him owning the libs and shit. I think he's just putting this on an alt-right... dipping it in alt-right sauce because he knows that's what'll sell.
Well, I don't even think most of that is his fault, because...
How is it not his fault? He literally puts videos up of him, quote-unquote, owning the libs.
I thought those were just clips bought by other people, and they title it whatever the fuck.
Oh, no, man. No, he's got a ton of lectures about the trans thing and him arguing with news anchors about the trans shit on his YouTube channel.
Yeah, Bill C-16, which is a problem in its, like, own right.
What is that bill? Is that bill... Because every time I hear it explained to me, it's like... you can go to jail for misgendering someone. Like, if you accidentally call somebody a miss or a mister, you can get fined or something. Is it that, or is it that you can't, like, fuck with trans people at work? Which, by the way, you already can't do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, you'll fucking get fired if you're just fucking with your coworkers just to be an asshole just because of whatever they believe in. But no, it's actually, like... So, it's part of a bigger bill that was just supposed to make it so that way... Like, if dudes have a volleyball team, then girls can have a volleyball team, too. Like, just so that way everyone gets...
So it's Title IX? It's a Title IX thing?
Yeah, it's a subsection of Title IX. And it basically just means, like... you have to call... On campus, when you're addressing a trans person... I might fuck this up. But to the best of my knowledge, it's like... When addressing a trans person on campus, you have to use whatever pronouns they prefer.
If you're a professor?
If you're just on the campus. Like, if you're enrolled as a student, faculty, professor.
Wait, so this is a specific law that applies only within the bounds of a college campus?
Well, all the college campuses. It's a federal law.
So, I don't understand why it's
I think
only...
it goes further back than colleges, too. I think it's all, like, education, too. I don't believe it applies to private business practice. I think it's just education. As far as I know. Could be fucking this up.
I mean, if you're a public university, yeah, no, I don't think you should be allowed to harass trans people. Sorry.
Yeah. It's,
And if you're getting federal funding in the same way that you can't harass like female students and gay students, no, I don't think you should. I think that trans people should be a protected class.
oh, yeah. It's, man, it's fucked. It's just like, I was talking about this with the stereos, too, because I always like to hear what people have to say about Mr. Lobster Man. Jesus, fuck, there's more...
No,
What
he's
the
not.
fuck?
He's not Mr. Lobster Man anymore. He's Mr. Hamburger Man now.
Yeah. He's Cowman. Just fucking steak boy.
I'm imagining him sitting in his house and just eating raw beef with his hands in the middle of the night.
Just raw beef.
Just handfuls of it. Like his daughter walks in and I'm standing. And by the way, I also think he wants to fuck his daughter. Him
That's fucking weird.
standing
I
in
do
his
not
fridge.
agree with that statement at all.
Man, you gotta listen to this Joe Rogan interview with him though, because it is fucking
I've
weird.
listened to the whole thing like 8 times
Did you
because
hear-
people keep talking about it.
Oh, so you remember the parts where he starts talking about, oh, my daughter, her skin, she's glowing. She looks beautiful. She's never looked younger.
Well, I mean, that's his offspring. I think he would want to be proud of the way she looks. Part of that's him.
I mean, I only think about specific things that I like about someone's appearance when I want to bang them. I don't know about you, but...
Oh, Jesus, what the fuck? Oh, God.
Like, I'll pass a beautiful woman on the street and I'll say, hey, that's a really good-looking woman. But if I pass a man, I'll be like, oh, those are some nice shoulder muscles. That's some nice hair. Those are some glowing skin he has.
I don't know. I also think there's a distinct difference between the audiobook and the book version. This could just be my autism, but because I bought the book and I read it and I didn't get like a single fucking thing from it really, besides you should clean your room.
Does he narrate the audiobook?
He does in his
That's beautiful.
the audio book.
The audio book. I can't do a Canadian
Yeah.
accent.
I like his accent. But yeah, he narrates it, and there's parts of it where he starts like fucking crying while he's reading it. And you can't help but listen to it and be like, I get what you're saying, man.
Does he realize that he wrote the book? He's moved to tears by his own words. What a fucking dumbass.
I mean, I don't know, man. It's hard to explain. Well, because also, like, when he talks about his daughter and, like, all the fucking bullshit she had to go through and that they had to fucking be... Because she had... You know what?
She had...
It's kind of bullshit because
she
the
had
meat thing...
arthritis. You could go ahead and say it. She had arthritis.
Well, she had arthritis, and they went to, like... But she had it since she was, like, 4. She had, like, early onset rheumatoid arthritis since she was a fucking, like, child. So it's, like, it hurt a 4-year-old to, like, walk around and play. Like, that's one of the, like, the saddest things.
Is
You
that
know?
part of the parts where he starts crying? I haven't listened to the audiobook.
Well, he keeps it pretty well wrapped together there, but then as, like, he talks about how it gets worse from 4, that's when he starts choking up, but...
Oh, well, I
there's definitely...
I feel bad for that girl, but it's a good thing that eating nothing but meat cured her.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm gonna say, is, like, you take everything good about that story away from it as soon as you say that the carnivore diet fixed it. Which pisses me the fuck off. It's like...
The carnivore, is that really what he calls it?
Yeah, it's called the carnivore diet. No, that's what everyone calls it. It's like... And there's, like, 2 subsections. It's the really fucking crazy people that eat nothing but raw meat and butter.
So, Jordan
And
Peterson.
it's... No, he eats cooked meat. But... Yeah, and then... Yeah, the people that eat just cooked meat. It's like... You take away so much, if not all, of the seriousness away from the topic when you all retrofit it with eating meat solved most of my mental problems.
Not just eating meat solved most of my mental problems. Eating meat solved most of my mental problems, and my daughter is selling dietary consultation service where she will tell you that eating meat will solve your mental problems.
Is it really fucking $90 an hour,
$90 an hour for her to tell you to eat nothing but red meat. That's so fucking stupid. I can't even.
There's gotta be more to it than that, right?
I don't know. I sure as shit haven't bought it.
That might be a fun thought experiment. Maybe I'll look into that.
Maybe I'll try it. Are you allowed to eat any meat or just red meat?
I'm pretty sure it's any meat, and he just prefers red meat because everything else is kind of by comparison. But he also eats just like fried fat. Like he just gets blocks of pig fat and chops it up really small and fries it like it's bacon.
Jesus Christ.
But it's just...
That's fucking stupid. You need vegetables. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, because starting... What is today? Today's Sunday, right? Okay, yeah. So on Tuesday, when this episode is uploaded, that is when #WeebFit starts. You gotta upload a picture of yourself to whatever social media every day, and then forward that to me via Twitter, or just upload it to Twitter or whatever, for 60 days, and we have through, I think we're going to run it through Halloween.
And please.
Through October 31st. That way, sorry, what's that?
Oh no, I was just telling the people that are participating, please eat a fucking vegetable. It will not give you anxiety, like Jordan Peterson says.
Yeah, just cut out, like, a lot of, because the American people eat way too many refined carbohydrates and buckets of sugar. Just cut out, like, soda for 2 months. And take a picture of yourself every day, and you could win 6 months of Verve for free.
I've seen people.
I hope I can actually.
Yeah, no, I've heard of people losing like 20 pounds in a month from stopping drinking soda.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's amazing because if it's just in the house, you will go seek it instead of water. You know, you have that. Do you have that issue as well, where if it's like in the house, you'll just avoid any other kind of health?
Yeah.
At all costs, just to make your way to the 12-pack of pop.
Yeah, oh my god, it's so tasty. I think it's like crack. That's like my crack. I am definitely addicted to soda. Not full sugar soda. Thank Christ I can summon the taste of Diet Coke, or otherwise I'd be 20 pounds heavier. But no, there's just try to cut it out, but I don't blame you if you have problems, because that stuff is really addictive.
Yeah. But we have faith in the Yuck people. I mean, at least I do. I don't know what Srirancha is doing in fucking New York City. But, yeah, break the anime stereotype. Win some Verve for
ripped.
6 months.
Get ripped.
I mean, do what you can in 2 months healthily.
No,
also,
get ripped, and if you fail, kill yourself.
God damn it, Srirancha. Also, I should probably make this an 18-plus event.
Oh, that's a very good idea.
Yeah, just so that way no fucking 12-year-olds. If I have 12-year-old listeners, I'm sorry I have to do this to you, but don't put pictures of yourself and put it on the internet, please. Just,
You're going through puberty. It's okay if you're a little chubby.
Yeah, just keep it to yourself. It's all good. Do it for you. Don't do it for the 6 months of Verve. Let the adults that are broke do it for the 6 months of Verve. I'm gonna do it. Riley's gonna do it. It's gonna be a blast.
Now, if you want a real self-help book that really holds water, I would recommend Gorilla Mindset by Mike Cernovich. That book is good.
You're gonna fucking put Mike Cernovich above. Oh God!
Every time I will put Mike Cernovich above. That guy got a Disney executive fired. That's more than Jordan Peterson's ever done.
Well, they both hold a same similarity as far as the Gorilla Mindset and 12 Rules for Life. Is because one of the rules is talk to yourself like you're a friend who wants good things for you, which is basically what actually, Cernovich promotes in the Gorilla Mindset.
Yeah, he did it first. Gorilla Mindset is the basis of.
Well, not to say like who did it first, but like there's a similarity between two successful red people there. So if you want to be a successful red person, you got to talk to yourself.
Except Mike Cernovich doesn't tell you to eat nothing but fucking raw hamburger.
Yeah, but also, isn't Mike Cernovich doing some weird shit like AMAs on Instagram where he's drunk and there's only like 6 people
We
watching.
don't know that he was drunk, but he did seem pretty fucking drunk, yeah. Mike Cernovich's best diet ever includes 6 servings of vegetables / berries, and I still haven't figured out if he means 6 servings of vegetables and berries combined, or 6 of each, which I hope he means combined, because I'm not a fucking rabbit. I'm not gonna eat 6 servings of fucking berries. And 1 ounce.
That's too much.
1 ounce of protein for every pound that you weigh, and a gallon of water, which I think is a very reasonable diet.
I mean, it seems balanced at least. I mean, you're not gonna feel like shit when you wake up in the morning.
Yeah, because look at the incel Jordan Peterson food pyramid, in which salt is its own food group.
Oh my god. It just pisses me off more than anything, because it's like, the book really helped me get my shit together, you know? And then, why do you just do this to me? Like, because my friend bought tickets, because we were going to go to Salt Lake to go to his AMA thing, right? And the regular tickets sold out before we could even try. And so my friend bought $500 for 2 VIP tickets. So I have to go meet Jordan Peterson now.
Please don't give Jordan Peterson any money. Did you already buy these tickets?
What? Oh yeah, they're purchased. We're going.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Okay.
We're going to Salt Lake City to see Lobster Man. Or I mean, Red Cow Meat Man.
Will you ask him about
to
his
tell him I cleaned
constipation?
my room.
Will you ask him about his constipation for me?
Sriracha, I will. This is good. Actually, this is gonna be the last bit of the podcast. Sriracha, give me questions to ask Jordan Peterson when I go and see him in October.
Okay, I would like you to ask him, first of all, when he was
Constipation.
in a K-hole because of a single sip of apple cider. Did he see it?
Hold on, you're getting away from your microphone.
When he was in that K-hole of a single sip, brought on by a single sip of apple cider, did he see the face of God?
Okay.
Or what was it like not sleeping for a month, Jordan Peterson?
So apple cider month.
I want to know how much
Got it.
salt he consumes in a day, and if it's okay to substitute that with MSG.
Okay. Salt content versus MSG.
And I'd like to know if he wants to fuck his daughter, and that's pretty much it.
I don't think I can ask him that. What are you allowed to say to a person, someone you just met? Oh yeah, constipation.
Yeah, ask him how often he takes a shit and if it's physically painful for him.
Yeah. You know what? This is gonna be really fun, Sriracha. I think this is gonna actually just turn into a YouTube video.
Oh, that's gonna be great. You'll get so many views. That'll do numbers, man.
Oh yeah, that'll get me subs. That's building the Yuck Yuck Productions podcast network.
You gotta build that brand.
Yeah, building the brand, that's what I was going for. Because I think eventually the goal is to get part of the See You Next Tuesday podcast network.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I just started this nonsense. Well, that's all the people I've been talking to, at least. This is the nicest group of people I've ever met. Like, you would think from watching the Dick Show that everyone who watches it's kind of an asshole. But it's like, no, these are the nicest people I've ever met ever.
Everybody's very nice.
Now, other than that, I think that pretty much wraps up this episode. You got anything you want to plug, Porg
Yeah,
Lady?
you want to listen to a podcast about the fat, chubby, dumb birds from Star Wars? Look up Porg Chatter. Google it. It's the first thing that comes up.
That's part of the Asterios Coconos Podcast Factory. Find it on Google Play, iTunes, AsteriosPodcast.com, Patreon.com/Asterios.
Yeah, good shit.
Oh yeah, you have a Twitch too. Twitch.tv/Sierra Santana.
Sierra Santana, the number one. Very good for SEO.
Yeah. No. But yeah, go hang out. She plays a lot of Age of Empires.
Yes, I do, and I'm not very good at it, so maybe you can give me some pointers, Yuck Yuck listener.
If you made it this far, thank you for listening. Go to our Patreon to become part of the intro, outro, riff. $5 a month, get the bonus episodes for one. other than that, I think that's it. See you next Tuesday.
Thank you for listening.
Funny story, I actually threw up in front of his office.
Tastes like shit.
Don't be gross.
Yellowmouth yucking survival. Here we go.
Yuck. Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's yucking time.